And I think the biggest compliment I could give John is he was the best team player I've ever seen. Put everyone else first. There's a whole lot of, sort of an ethos that the Scallywags try and live by. We never give up. We look after each other. We don't have to be the best, but we do it together. And probably the most important moral of our team is loyalty. And obviously I've had a lot of time to think about it in the last 10 days, but I'm pretty much describing John Fisher. I'm not really describing the Scallywag team, I'm describing John Fisher. So for me, he was my best mate. And Sunday's going to be a little bit weird. It'll be the first time I've gone to sea without him in 12 years. So, but, like you say, the support we've had from, within the Volvo family has been amazing. I think, it takes a special people to do this race, whether you're the skipper or you're the crew, and I think the character of the people in this race has been amplified by the way we've been supported by other competitors in the last week. I thought yesterday when the boat arrived at the dock was a pretty moving sort of thing. That wasn't for publicity or PR, that was just genuine good characters in the race, so I'm sure John would be very proud about that. But the best thing we can do in John's memory is get on the job, get on with it on Sunday. If he'd watched me, if he was standing behind me right now, he'd be telling me to harden up, don't be soft and get on with it, and that's what we're going to do on Sunday.
Well, of course, it's the first thing when you hear a message like that, just straight away you can just see everybody's face just drops. I think especially me being the skipper, you just have that extra responsibility feeling. But just that whole leg, it was just every time I wrote about it as well. You wake up, you think about John. You go on deck, you think about John. So it's just it's sitting deep.
I'm personally changed from the tragedy. As a skipper, you're responsible for everybody. So, I've lost a crew member, I've lost my best mate, and to say I feel responsible is an understatement. That's something I just got to live with for the rest of my life. From a safety point of view, no, I think, we have some of the highest, probably the highest safety of anything. We've got the best sailors in the world. My description of the incident was, it's a bit like buying a block of Swiss cheese and all of a sudden all the holes line up. It's a sort of a whole lot of things had to all coincide and go wrong at the same time. I think it's very important to note, if you haven't read the timeline, that John didn't die from being washed overboard. John was dead before he hit the water. And I think that gets lost a bit. I think that's pretty important. So, I think what we do has got risk. That's probably what draws some of us here, and, we just have to operate in that risk. And unfortunately, the worst scenario happened this time. I don't think we'd do anything different than we did. I personally think if I got the opportunity, I'd just say that, in the team's worst moment ever, they probably shone the brightest.